This is the Crimson Engine. My name is Rubidium. Today we're talking about, should you go to film school? My answer, for what it's worth, is no. I didn't go to film school. Some of my friends did, people I work with did. I know a couple of people who had great success going to film school, made all kinds of contacts and gone on to great jobs in the industry. I just sort of feel like you're paying a huge amount of money to learn stuff that you can either learn for free or get paid to learn on a film set. And if you're coming out of high school and you want to go to college, study something that will ultimately make you a better filmmaker than studying how cameras and light works. Study humanities, study, history, philosophy, anthropology, learn more about the human condition and yourself so you have something better to make films about. The technical knowledge and the, production knowledge that they teach at film school, it's not secretive now in the world of YouTube and, courses and all that sort of stuff. You can probably learn most of what they teach in film school in 6 months as a PA, and you'll be getting paid $15 an hour to do it. You won't be taking on hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loans or, your parents' money. You could, work on 3 or 4 other films for a year, intern for a gaffer, work at a camera rental house, learn Premiere or Resolve and edit a film of someone else's. That's an incredible way to learn about filmmaking because you understand, that's where the real rubber meets the road. That's where you use images to tell a story. And I know a lot of the for-profit ones are really just ways to get money out of people that really don't have much of a chance of making it in this industry. College is awesome. I got a BA from the University of Melbourne. It was 3 of the best, most educational growing years of my life. But it cost me like $6,000 or something. Just made me so much more aware of the human experience, of culture, of history, of all those things I spoke about, so that when I was making films, I had more to make films about. I feel like that's the best use of your post-high school time. And that if you want to learn about film, but you certainly don't need to go to film school. If you have that fire inside you to tell stories in that way, you'll easily be able to learn everything you need to know as you apply yourself, as you work on your own projects. If you really feel like you're going to miss out on the connections of film school, which is a lot of what people get out of it, teach yourself DaVinci Resolve and become an amateur colorist, or learn Premiere and become an editor. And then go to the film school department of the college that you're studying at and offer to edit people's films. I guarantee you that they'll say yes because they all want to be out directing. And you can meet a bunch of people. You can choose who you want to work with rather than being put with people that might not have much potential in your eyes. Go out and get a C200, get a bunch of lenses. You won't even spend $10,000. People in film school that are paying, $80,000, $90,000 a year would die to have someone who knows a little bit about cinematography to shoot their film for them rather than another student. Film school really teaches to the director. They aim to graduate a whole class of directors, but you may or may not have noticed that there aren't really any jobs for first-time directors. In fact, the only person that's likely to give you a job as a director is you as a producer. That means raising finances, attaching talent, optioning a script or writing a script. That's all the things that are the real meat of filmmaking, and that's what you should be getting good at, and you don't need to go to film school for that. In fact, film school won't help you at all with that. So I would say, learn producing, produce your own movies, direct them as well, because you're the only person that's going to give yourself that job. And in the 3 or 4 years that people are going to spend at filmmaking, you'll have made a bunch of shorts, you'll probably be getting paid as a professional filmmaker, you'll be on your way to making a feature, all while those film students are hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. I know that's not going to be particularly popular, but that's just my experience of having spent 20 years in this industry. The only time I've ever seen film school help someone is when they went to film school with someone that turned out to be famous and they got hired by them later. And, that's a very, your chances are better at winning the lottery almost. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully that was helpful to someone out there who's thinking about this. Follow your own path. This is just my opinion, but for what it's worth, I would say don't go to film school. Go to nofilmschool.com and learn more free. I will see you next time.